Hi, I just want to start as well as saying thank you for coming and for having me here today. I know we're going to do intros later, but I will share that I've been in healthcare for 15 years, and I've been in different aspects of healthcare. So I've worked with providers, I've worked with health insurance companies, and now working with employers. And what I love most about what I do now is that I get to work with HR leaders. And if you think about the fact that employers are really the largest source of health insurance today, and if you think about how people ultimately access health care through their health insurance, it's really designed by the people in this room, right? You all are the ones who are making the decision about what these health insurance plans are going to look like, what you're going to offer, and that ultimately is what leads to employees being able to access the healthcare space. And so that's kind of what I love about what I get to do today, working with League, which is a digital health and benefits company here in Chicago. So one of the things that I hear all the time in speaking with HR leaders is everybody's talking about the employee experience, right? It's no longer just about benefits, it's about the employee experience and what role the benefits play within that broader employee experience. And I know that that's a big buzz phrase that everybody's using today, employee experience. We've moved from customer experience, now it's employee experience, and everybody's focused on that. But when you really think about, at the simplest form, what that means is how do we take a more holistic approach in terms of how employees experience the workplace and everything that comes with it, their coworkers, their health and well-being, their compensation, that all plays a role in designing this overall employee experience. And what we're seeing is that employees are really expecting from that employee experience the same things that they are experiencing in their life outside of work. Right? If we think about technology and the impact that that's had on employees, they want to see those same things in the workplace. And yet if we think about benefits, I think there's few places in my personal life where I experience as much frustration and have to put up with as many challenges as we often have to do within the benefits experience. And so what do I mean by that? For the most part, employees don't think they're meeting their needs, right? This one size fits all, I don't really have access to the things that I need, and maybe I have a different need than somebody else sitting next to me. And for us as HR leaders, what we're also learning is that people aren't actually engaging in their benefits. So we're spending a lot of time and energy and investing in these benefits, and people aren't really using them. And they're costing us a lot of money, and not just from the premium side, which is where we tend to focus, is how much are my premiums going up, but also if you just think about how much investment in time and resources you're making into administration platforms and all different point solutions that you're bringing in, that all has a cost. Plus your time. A lot of you spend time manually enrolling people in benefits and have somebody whose sole job is to answer questions about, is this covered, is this not? And then finally, when you take a step back and you think about it, the whole reason we put these benefit plans in place is to help people be healthier and bring them best selves to work. And yet we don't actually see those benefits making an impact in terms of people's well-being. How can HR leaders really rethink the way they approach benefits and solve some of these challenges? So a couple ideas. One is, we talked to a lot of employers who are focusing on rethinking what are the benefits that they offer. So again, once upon a time, employers tried to find the one plan that met the needs of most people. Those days are gone. We have 4 or 5 generations in the workforce, so again, what meets the needs of somebody might not meet the needs of somebody else, and so how do you rethink what are the employee benefits that people really value? One of the things we hear a lot is our employees want more choice. They want to curate their own benefit package. They want access to things like lifestyle spending accounts where, hey, if I want to use some funds to pay for my gym membership or I want to use it for childcare, they have the ability to control that. And they want something that's always on and accessible to them wherever and whenever they are. So for that, a lot of people are really not only thinking about what are the benefits we offer, but how do we offer those benefits? And how do our employees experience those benefits? So a lot of them are starting to implement technology, right? How can we help provide that access real time? And not only is that great from the employee standpoint, but it's also helpful to you as HR leaders. You talked about wanting to be the strategic leader at the table. It's hard to do that when you've got 18 different portals that you're managing and you're coming, have people coming into your office. I was talking to somebody earlier talking about, people coming into the office, why isn't this covered or where is this? Like, it's hard to play that role when you're doing all of that work. So how can you leverage technology to really integrate all of those systems and automate some of that work that you're having to do today? And then finally, I know also by speaking with enough HR people, there's got to be an ROI, right? This is a space where making a case for spending more is not easy. And so you have to find ways not to spend more, but to get more. So how do you take your investment that you're making today and get more out of it so that that investment is going further? And that's really what we at League are very passionate about, is how do we deliver that modern employee experience that streamlines the life of HR people, but ultimately helps people live their best life and really take a value out of that investment that you as employers are making in them. Thanks.